Today we are learning about area and perimeter of all these different shapes of this long rectangle, this short rectangle, this T-shape, a square, and another rectangle up there. We're going to start off by learning about this square. This square is 1 inch by 1 inch. And to find the area of it, we're going to take length times width, which is 1 inch times 1 inch, and that is going to equal to 1 inch. So the area of this square is 1 inch squared. Now we're going to find the perimeter. And the perimeter formula is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And we already know that the length and the width is 1, so it's going to be 2 times 1 plus 2 times 1. And so the perimeter of this square is going to be 4. Because 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 plus 2, we'll do that, 2 plus 2 equals 4 inches. See that? Now we're going to change that one off, and we're going to go to this rectangle. Now we're going to see that the length of a rectangle is 3 inches, and the width of the rectangle is 1 inch. And so we're going to go back to our thing. We're going to go length times width, which is 3 times 1 equals 3 inches squared. And that is our area for that rectangle. Now the perimeter, we're going to go back and we're going to go 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And the length, 2 times 3 is the length, which is equal to 6, plus 2 times 1, which is equal to 2, and 6 plus 2 equals 8 inches. And that is our perimeter for our rectangle. Now we're going to move off, and we're going to do a little bit more complicated. We're going to move off to the T shape. Now an easier way to break this one down is to make it into 2 different rectangles and then add those 2 rectangles together. So our first rectangle is 3 inches by 1 inch. So we're going to come over here, length times width, which is 3 times 1, which equals 3 inches. Then we're going to come back and do our other one, 2 inches by 1 inch. 2 times 1 equals 2, and so we're going to add those together. 3 plus 2 equals 5 inches squared. That is our, we'll go right over here, 3 times 1 for the first one, 2 times 1 for the second one, and we're going to add 3 plus 2, which equals 5 inches squared for our area. Now our perimeter is going to be a little bit different. We are going to do the 2 times the length plus the 2 times the width again, which for the first one is 2 times 3 plus 2 times 1, and that is going to equal 2 times 3 equals 6, and 2 times 1 equals 2, so that's going to be 8. And for our second one, it's going to be 2 times 2 plus 2 times 1. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 1 equals 2. And so that's going to be equal to 6. And we're going to add those. 8 plus 6 equals 14 inches for our perimeter of this T-shape. Now we're going to go along and see how 2 different shapes, as in these two, could have the same area but different perimeters. So we're going to start off with the long one. So our long rectangle, area again, length times width, and the length of this one is 6 inches by 1 inch. So we're going to go 6 times 1, which is equal to 6 inches squared for the area of that one. The perimeter of it is going to be 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, which is going to be equal to 2 times 6 plus 2 times 1. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 2 times 1 is 2, so that equals to 14 inches for that perimeter. Now we're going to go off to the shorter rectangle. Again, length times width. Length is 3 inches, width is 2 inches. So we have length times width, which equals 3 times 2, and that is equal to 6 inches squared, just like the long rectangle. See that right here? Same area. Now let's see if the perimeters are different. This one is 2 times length plus 2 times the width. which is going to be 2 times 3 plus 2 times 2. And 2 times 3 equals to 6, and 2 times 2 equals to 4. And so that perimeter is 10 inches, which is different than the longer rectangle. And that completes our area and perimeter lesson.